Hey everyone, welcome to Komodo. Komodo is an all-in-one workspace for YouTube creators. Anything from trending, keyword-led SEO, to creating click-worthy thumbnails, to adding captions to shorts, to responding to comments, Komodo brings all of these tools all into one unified workflow. So let's dive in. So I go to usekomodo.com and I sign in, continuing with Google or signing up with email, however you prefer. When I'm logged in here, it'll load up the My Channel page. Over on the left nav rail, you'll see underneath we have an SEO generator, thumbnail builder, caption studio, and shorts pipeline, and we'll dive deep into each of those tools shortly. On the bottom left, you can see the YouTube channels that I have connected. And if I wanted to add another channel, I could just hit this plus button here, and it would allow me to add any other channels that I have. If I want to switch between which channel I'm working in, all I do is just select the different channel, and that is then the channel that I'm working with. So I'll come back to this one, and we might use this one as an example to show how the Analyze tool works. So you'll see inside every video card, there's an Analyze button. If I click on that Analyze button, it's going to pull out a drawer over on the right-hand side with three different options. How would you like to analyze this video? So I've got the Auto Analyze option, describe the video, or paste transcript. Now, Auto Analyze is probably going to be what you want most of the time. That just fetches the transcript directly from YouTube. Describe the video might be great if you're working with long drone footage or nature videos where there isn't so much dialogue in the video for it to work from. And paste transcript is great if someone's already sending you the script for the video, you can just throw that straight in. So in this case, we'll just hit Auto Analyze. And you can see that in about 30 seconds, it's produced an optimized SEO page for me to work from. At the top, you'll see there's an SEO intelligence tab, which is just giving me a bit of understanding and context behind the rationale of how it's put the SEO for this video together. Underneath we have the title options, and you can see I can click between the different ones. So time remapping in Premiere Pro and After Effects, speed ramp your footage. So maybe I quite like the second one. I could just hit apply. These are not set in stone. If you do want to adjust them, you can just double click inside and adjust what you want it to say. So speed ramp your footage in Premiere Pro and After Effects. I could add 2026 on the end of here, hit enter, and now that has applied. And you can actually see just there in the description, it also updated the description to make sure that it matched and worked exactly with what I changed my title to. Now underneath, you'll see that there's a thumbnail builder. So if I was to look, I've picked title 2, pick the second thumbnail option in, it's opened up a full thumbnail canvas builder. So I'm here inside the thumbnail builder, and you can see it's already put in the title text for me that relates to the SEO that we just optimized. All of these layers are completely editable. I can move them around, I can scale them up and down. I can do that from within the canvas, or I can do it over here with different controls that we have. So we'll just go through methodically and build the thumbnail for this video, and I'll show you all the tools that we can use to do that. So over on the top right here, we have our layers panel, which kind of mirrors a little bit how Photoshop works. I can upload images or add text layers from here. First thing I would probably want to do is upload a picture of me. So if I click upload image here, just go to my desktop, and there we are. Don't have many great pictures of me, so we're just going to have to work with this one for now. And you can see it's just loaded it onto my canvas. Again, I can scale it up and down from within the canvas, or use the controls that I have over on the right hand side. Now if I come down to the bottom right here, we do have a few cool tools that we can use to start building this thumbnail. The first one I have here is the remove background button. So if I click that, it takes a few seconds and it has removed the background from my photo. So we just have me smiling because I'm happy. The next thing I could do, which is also a nice option to make the image pop, is I can add a outline to myself by just pulling this up, and you can see scale it up or down. Probably don't want it too big, just like that. You can add like a little glow as well. There we are, shining. Up here we also have adjustment settings. If you want to just pull the highlights up a little bit, pull the shadows down a bit, you can affect the saturation, sharpen the image a touch, and there we have it. Now in terms of the layer system, obviously I'm in front of the text right now. I can just drag it down in the layers tab up at the top, or we do have the commands. I'm on a Mac, so it's command left bracket, command right bracket to go up and down in the layer system. So that'd probably be control, I think, on a PC. So I've got my face here. I can move the text, put it maybe here, put the Pro Workflow 2026, scale up a touch maybe. Another really nice feature that we have is the Generate AI background. Now clicking on the Generate AI background, it's already pre-filled a prompt for me because it already knows the content and the SEO of the video. You can change it, you can change it completely. This is editable text. If you want to create a completely different image, you can. At the top right here we have different image generation models that we can use. In this case we'll just use GPT Image 2 because it's going to produce something really nice, and we'll click Generate. Now this took a few minutes, but it's created something quite cool we can use. In hindsight, I probably would have told it to not include an actual person in the image, and that's something I could have done. But we'll just scale this up so he's not really in shot so much, and it could still work quite well. We could put that there. We could increase the size of the text. Move this around. You will probably be able to make much better thumbnails than me. I'm kind of racing through this just to be able to show the features more than anything. Now, this red by default could change that to something else. Perhaps we could make that white as well, and I'll show you as well what we can do then. We also have the option to add a background to the text. So if I just go down to text background here and click on, you can see it's added a black background. It might be a bit difficult to see, but I could change this to like a different color, like blue, something like that. Scale this up, and now it's added a background for me. You can adjust the radius to make the corners more rounded. You can adjust the width and the height until it's just how you like it. One thing you might have noticed when I was moving these text layers around is that you can see you get this dotted red line on the left, and that is snapping my text layers so that they are perfectly aligned. The way that's doing that is we have a snap on button on the top left here. I could click that off and I'll have free move, and it's not going to do that. I can hit undo, put it back where it was, and put snap on back on, and now it will snap. Also, if you do want to get into it a little bit, we do have some overlays. So there's the rule of thirds you can apply. So if you wanted to start working a bit more precisely with some grids, then you can. And then we also have a center grid as well, where you can have both applied. So we have the thirds and center grid applied. One other option you have, if you don't want to use an AI generated image, you can also choose from any free stock photos through Pexels. So if I was to look at video editing and type in that, actually all of these come up as well as just free to use images. So if I picked this one here, it will come onto the canvas. Now, one thing to note, when you do add layers here, they're actually going by default to the bottom of the pile. So it might look like it didn't get created, but it did. I just need to bring it up so you can see it. Again, I could scale this up and I could use this as the background. One other thing I'll point out is you can just create solid and gradient layers. So if I wanted to add this gradient here, I can just have one selected and add as canvas layer, bring down the opacity, drag it here. We've added a little bit of a gradient overlay to the image as well. But I might not want to have the opacity too high on this. Just something like that would be nice. Now, one other tool I'll mention to use, we also have an AI face model generator. So I did just upload this photo, which might be totally fine for you, but if I do click on the face model generator, what it's going to do is create 3 enhanced versions of my face. So if I click this, see it's creating one in kind of a studio clean background, one more like cinematic, and one bold and vibrant. So let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so you can see it's just given me 3 more enhanced options of the same image for me to use. So I kind of like this middle one. So if I select that and bring it in, now that one I have also on the canvas, so I might not want to delete this one because I might want to come back to it. So this just brings me to another feature that you can use. You can just toggle on and off the visibility of your layers just with this little diamond icon here. The X will delete it, but you can just hide the layer if you want. So I'll just hide the layer for now, drag this to where it was, scale it up a little bit, might turn snap on just off so I can be a bit more free and precise. And again, I think I would just remove the background on this again, and it's just added a bit more cinematic light into the image that I uploaded. Might sharpen it a touch, bring up the exposure a little bit, and again just kind of slightly adjust the highlights and shadows, a bit more scale. Whoa, not too close, and there you go. So again, yeah, there's a lot of flexibility and functionality within the thumbnail builder, and then you also have the AI tools that help you enhance it, that are all feeding in from the SEO that's already been optimized. So it's all a very unified workflow, like everything's kind of meshing and working together. So once I'm happy with how things are, I can just hit download PNG at the top here, and it will allow me to just download the thumbnail. You can also hit just the done button on the top right. And what that'll do is it will drop the thumbnail that you've just created into that title to thumbnail slot related to the title that I chose. I hit set on YouTube, and that now says live on YT, and you can see my preview is updated on the right hand side. You can see below we have the description, which also has chapter times and numbers. I can hit apply description and hashtags, apply the hashtags, tags, applied. I can apply the pinned comment as well. Now here as well, for long form videos, it will detect if it's a long or a short. And if it is a long video, it'll also give you the opportunity to download a subtitle file. And you have a little preview of the subtitle file here in how it will look. You can choose from a number of different style options. And you can also slide up this characters per line until it's exactly how you want it to be, and hit download, and that will download an SRT file for the video for you as well. Now underneath here you can see I've got my description, hashtags, tags and comment all saying that they are ready and applied, but I see that somehow I didn't apply the title, so let's just apply that as well. Now if I go down, I can see, all right, title, description, hashtags, tags, comment, all applied. Let's apply optimization to YouTube. I click that, and here we are. It's redirected me to the My Channel page, and my new thumbnail is now set with all the SEO there. Now if I come down to this channel underneath, let's take a look at a few of the other features we have on the My Channel page. So up on the top right, we breezed over these quite quickly at the start. We do have the channel report page. If I click on that, it's going to generate a channel report with a score for me. I have a summary. Now I've just connected all of these channels, so the CTR takes a few days to gather the data to update, but here you'll see the click-through rate, the average views and the average watch time. And underneath, this is where it gives you a little bit more insight on how you can grow your channel. So we've got some growth opportunities, title and thumbnail patterns to look at, and some immediate action items. That can also be exported as a PDF if you wanted to send it in a nice format to somebody else. Over here we have the Komodo agent, which is a little bit more of like quick fire recommended actions you can take. Also keyword insights that are trending right now related to your videos on your channel. So you can go down to the top section, we've got some recommended actions and also some trending keyword gaps. So it's looking at some of my videos and saying, hey, this is currently titled this way, here's what's trending right now, here's what people are searching for, here's what you could update it to. So just over here on the far side, I'll mention we have the comments responding tool. So just on the right, you'll see it's now opened up for me and all the comments across all the different videos that are coming up on the channel are here. And I can just hit reply. Komodo's pre-filled the responses for me. These are all editable, so if I click into one, thanks so much, smooth guitar work, so glad it resonated with you, I just want to type you're the best at the end, and that could be my reply. I hit reply and that comment is responded to. I can go down and pick and choose the ones that I want to respond to, or there is a reply all. I've got 57 comments here to reply to. If I want to save myself some time, I can. So the Komodo AI agent is also learning the voice and the brand of your channel and refining all the time how it responds so it sounds more and more like the tone and the voice of your specific channel. So I'll click X out of there. So we've gone through today the My Channel page and the SEO workflow. As I mentioned at the beginning, there are a lot more tools we have. We do have the SEO generator tool as a standalone tool. We have the thumbnail builder as a standalone thumbnail building tool, and that is also a completely free tool, no sign up, and I'll link to that in the description of this video. Down below we also have a captions studio for adding captions to your shorts, and we also have a full shorts pipeline, and I think we're going to go through that workflow in a second video. Thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for part 2 where we talk about the rest of the tools that I didn't get to cover in this video. Look forward to hearing all of your feedback on this tool. Thanks so much.